Okay, this is a little video about the Bora PM8000 Works Portamate miter saw stand. It's marketed as a miter saw stand. However, this video is showing how I'm using it with a Skil SRT 1039 benchtop router table. So the Bora, it's on wheels. I've got it stowed here, and that light that's in there, that's a magnetic, light that's just giving some extra light so you can kind of see what's going on there. The Bora has this feature where the table rotates 180 degrees. You just flip up these latches, and now you can bring your router table up to the operating position. Okay. Locked into place, and your router table securely bolted to the Bora. The Skil SRT 1039 has these nice hinged and locking doors on each side, on both sides for your accessories, and it's nice. Works well with the rotational stowage, on the Bora, because all your accessories, they don't just fall out. A lot of the router benchtop tables, have a little slot you can drop things into, but a lot of times they don't have any kind of a top or a door. So, if you were to put one of those on this Bora and you rotate, all your stuff just fall out. The height of the table, a little bit high. All your benchtop router tables, in my opinion, are a little on the high side. The ones that are mounted in, a table, like an integrated table, they're kind of low. So, you're kind of one or the other. You're going to have a router table that's a little bit low, or it's going to be a little high. I saw a good video by a guy. He said, it should be about 4 inches below your elbow when your arm's at your side. So, height is something to consider. I think if you were routing all day long, you probably would not want your router table this high, this benchtop router table. You'd really want to do all the extra work to make sure it was 4 inches below your elbow, because that is an ideal height. Now, one nice thing about the Bora is that it does have these wings, and to open those up, you just press this latch and lift them up. Right? They lock into position, and this gives you, there's a wing on each side. So with the Bora, you get about 9 inches of 9 feet. 9 feet of total workspace. So that's pretty nice, feature. I live in a condo, and I have quite a few power tools. I got the router table. I have 2 miter saws. I got a Hercules and a Bosch, and then I have a table saw, of course. So, I'm always trying to find ways to maximize space, here. So, when you're done with the wing, you just collapse it. And then for stowage, just make sure it's snapped into position there. When you lower this particular router table, this Skil table, there is a little bit of a clearance issue when you rotate it 180 degrees with the fence. So I found that by just reversing the fence from its operating position, sort of turning it backwards, and putting it all the way to the back of the table, I don't know if you see that, but if you put the fence so that it's flush with the back of the table, pointing backwards, with the fence itself pointing to the back of the table, it stows nicely that way. So with that in mind, once you're done routing, you can lift the latches and you can stow the table. All right. And then lock your latches. And now you're ready to stow your table. I've built, a station here. This is actually my kitchen. because the patio is right off the kitchen, whereas where I use all these power tools outdoors. So when you're done, just slide your Bora back in to the back into the cubby hole that's for it. All right. All right. Okay. And then when you're kind of close in, you can just lower this Bora. Bora. Little locking pins. Lower the Bora handle. And then push it the rest of the way in. Right. Now, one nice thing about being able to invert the router table is that when you need to do any kind of work on the router, if you need to make an adjustment, with a typical router table that's bolted to a workbench or even clamped, you're going to have to kind of bend over a little bit in some awkward position, or maybe pull up like a stool to the counter and kind of reach under there to do whatever you got to do, the router upside down. So when you can rotate your table 180 degrees like this, if you need to do some adjustment to the router, you just flip the router table over. Now your router is in the normal position, the freehand routing position, and you can do whatever adjustments you need to the router speed, or lock any of the locking issues, whatever you might want to do. So that's kind of a nice feature. And then I've built this this workstation here. So these cabinets here are not really finished yet. I have to make some doors for them with my router table. I'm going to make some raised panel doors to match the rest of the kitchen. But I can use these slide outs to store my router bits and other router accessories. So all in all, it's worked out pretty well for the kitchen. As a way to stow my router table. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. The height thing, like I said, I only do a couple hours of routing at the most on a given day, so the height I don't think is going to be a problem. If you were doing industrial routing 8 hours a day, the height would be a problem. I think your arms would get tired, shouldered, and that. So that's first cut. Skil SRT 1039 router table with the Bora PM8000 Portamate mobile workstation. Thanks for watching.